Welcome, welcome. I'm Dave Nat, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Mounjaro, Zepbound. And if you're here and you're new, put an N in the chat next to your name. Let me know that you're new here. We would love to hear from you, and I would love to welcome you by name. We are doing all the things tonight. We are talking about all things Zepbound. We're talking about all things Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, and we're doing. Hey, thanks, Dr. Rosen's in the house. How are you, buddy? Good to hear from you. Would love to circle back with you. I don't know how closely you check in with my content. Probably you're a content creator and a busy doctor, so probably not that much. But I switched actually to Ozempic, so I have been man on the Ozempic for a couple of weeks here. So I'll give everybody an update on that as well. But thank you. I've been working hard in the studio here, trying to make On the Pen look a little bit more legit, right? Jen, welcome. Michelle, welcome. Distorella, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, if you're new, make sure you follow the live creator up here by hitting follow. You want to stay in touch with the content that I make because I make a ton of it. Awesome, Dr. Rosen. Yeah, would love to have you back on the pen sometime if you ever get a spare moment. Loved our conversation last time we got together. Would love to do it again sometime. So yeah, we're talking about all things GLP-1s tonight. Looks great. Might need to mirror your video though. Oh yeah, I forget that it does that on TikTok. I don't know why it doesn't do that in the other places, but so yeah. Do I think you should wait until January 1st since insurance Caremark will pay for Wegovy, see when it will cover in January? So insurance question. Yeah. I mean, if Zepbound's not covered and you can get access to any GLP-1, I'd say if you and your doctor think it's time to get started. Some people do better on semaglutide versus tirzepatide and vice versa. So I think if you can get access to one, and you find it doesn't work and you got some options come January, maybe you can switch it up. Do you find more side effects on Oz versus Mounjaro? I actually find fewer. I from a side effect standpoint, all I ever feel with Ozempic is full, really. Not like a constant fullness, but when I eat, I just tend to feel like I am fuller for longer, which is interesting, right? So yeah, some people are going to have harsher side effects on semaglutide. The clinical trials show that. And I would say anecdotally, what I hear from followers is that tends to be the case, that people feel more side effects. The reason being, and scientifically, they don't even really know why, but they hypothesize that it's because Mounjaro acts on, or not just Mounjaro, but Mounjaro and tirzepatide, which is the same thing as Zepbound. They act on, that molecule acts on two hormone receptors in your body, where all the previous medications like this, the weekly injectables or the daily injectable GLP-1 medications, just act on one hormone. Mounjaro acts on a second. So GLP-1 plus GIP. The GIP, they hypothesize that the added component of that helps to mellow out the side effects, especially the GI side effects and nausea. You're on compound. First 8 weeks on therapeutic dose didn't really do anything. Interesting, Lauren. You may want to look at compound tirzepatide if you're a compound person. No question. Do you think on January 1st, Caremark will approve Zepbound, being they approve Wegovy? I think that most of them will come around. I think what makes it a little tricky is, like, we look at it from the outside perspective and we go, hey, Ozempic and Wegovy are more expensive than Mounjaro and Zepbound. And so we say, why wouldn't the insurance companies cover them? Well, the insurance companies deal with these things called PBMs, and usually they're pretty ubiquitous, like CVS Caremark. A lot of insurance companies run PBMs, but anyways, they basically, it's a big pay to play scheme. It is a legal bribery scheme where basically drug manufacturers like Eli Lilly or like Novo Nordisk pay the PBMs kickbacks to basically get on their formularies. And so it's just this big thing that ends up screwing you and I, who need to get on these medications, and it jacks the prices up, and the middleman just makes a ton of money. Thank you for the likes and the follows tonight. What's the difference between Mounjaro and Zepbound? There's absolutely no difference in them. The pens are the same. The dosage schedule is the same. The only thing that's different is the name and the reason why you might be taking it. The indication for Mounjaro is the management of type 2 diabetes, and the indication for Zepbound is chronic weight management. So other than that, they're exactly the same. Somebody's asking me if there's something added. There's not. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Brent? Thank you for joining. Sherry said this up to employers. Yeah, employers are the ones who add obesity coverage to your formulary. So it doesn't mean anything if you're throwing out CVS Caremark, Aetna, Wellmark, Blue Cross. Like it's depends on the plan that you have, right? And your employer chooses that plan. You tried using coupon for Mounjaro, and pharmacist didn't let me. Diagnosis code was for diabetic. Yeah, with the current Mounjaro savings card, you do have to attest to the fact that you're a type 2 diabetic. And so they're also going to want to see that diagnosis code written on your prescription from your doctor. How's Ozempic treating us so far? So I'm 2 weeks in. The weight has gone up a little bit on the scale, a couple pounds. I'm not super concerned about that. I think that my body's adjusting to the Mounjaro leaving and a whole new medicine coming in, but I'm eating way less. Because when I do eat, I get super full, and I stay full for a lot longer on semaglutide than I did on tirzepatide. I was on tirzepatide Mounjaro for a year. Hey, Deliza. Hey, Sabrina. Good to hear from y'all. To your knowledge, pharmacy is cheapest for Zepbound with adding the coupon. So I would say that a good tool to check out would be like GoodRx. It lists the price. Now it's going to list the price with the GoodRx coupon, but you can toggle that off. It cannot be stacked with the manufacturer savings card, just so you know. But I would say that if you go to goodrx.com, type in your zip code, it gives you a pretty good idea of which pharmacies are charging more. Dr. Daniel Rosen wants to know which dose I'm on. So I was prescribed 2 milligrams, but I've been kind of taking that 2 milligrams throughout the week. So I start with 1 milligram on injection day, and then I do about 0.5 throughout the week. I think this week I'm going to try just taking the full 2. But I feel like I have a faster, I metabolize the medicine faster than most people do. I definitely felt that way with Mounjaro. I would assume it would be the same with semaglutide. But for me, semaglutide just tends to be really, really better at slowing the digestion. So there's lots of hints and clues as to that, your digestion is being slowed. One of them for me is I wear a continuous glucose monitor. So I can tell that, when I would eat on Mounjaro, my blood sugars would spike as if I wasn't on any medication at all. It just would come down a lot faster because of Mounjaro, acting on the GLP-1 and the GIP, which is going to help your pancreas to secrete more insulin. I'm not talking to Dr. Rosen, who obviously knows all these things, just for y'all knowledge. It helps you to secrete more insulin when you need it. So it comes down quicker, but that spike happens, in a normal amount of time, even if I wasn't on medicine. With Ozempic, it's much slower, right? That spike. And then I just feel fuller for longer, and the BMs are, everything's just slowed. I can feel everything is slowed down, so I stay fuller for longer. So I would say the one thing about Ozempic, which if you're on Ozempic Wegovy, same medication, right? Different dosing schedules, different indications, but it's the same active ingredient. I notice it working when I eat, right? It's not that I never feel hungry. It's just that when I eat, I stay full for a very long time. Crazy question. Do I think I can take more than 1 dose of Wegovy to kick the weight loss like Mounjaro? I would not advise you do anything that your doctor doesn't know that you're doing. So talk to your doctor about any dosing changes. Your doctor, is going to help you try to troubleshoot those kind of things. Can we add any RX coupon and the savings card at the same time? No, you can't. The savings card, first of all, go back and watch I have a series, Denise, of videos on the Zepbound savings card. I have a playlist. Now, whether you're on TikTok or YouTube, I have a playlist. D, welcome. Jennifer, welcome. Good to have you all. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub. But yeah, check out the series on the Zepbound savings card. Is going to give you the whole background, but yeah, it's not going to allow you to stack it with additional coupons, and it may in fact hurt the amount of benefit that you get from the savings card. Do you do any intermittent fasting? Actually, I do some what I would call time restricted eating. So I really don't eat from about dinner time, which is usually about 6 p.m. And then I don't eat until after noon the next day. So I would call it time restricted eating more than intermittent fasting, but call it what you will. I do definitely limit the hours that I eat. Thank you for following the live creator. Yes, you're glad to hear that it's working. Thank you for that. Well, hopefully it works on the scale too, right? Zepbound PA denied twice. We'll try and appeal now. Yeah, I hope that comes through for you, Gina. What other coupon that the pharmacy can add on top of the coupon? You've got things like the GoodRx coupon. Gigi Mason, welcome. How are you tonight? Good to have you here. Good to have Rudy here, and Jennifer, Liz, D, Deliza, Sabrina. Always good to have you, Sabrina. So yeah, but if you run the risk running the Zepbound savings card is if you run another, or I say if the pharmacy tech runs another coupon with it, or if your insurance company participates in some sort of discount program, even though it's not covered, the Zepbound savings card sees that medication as being covered, and it caps your benefit at $150, which is no good, no bueno, because if you don't have coverage, you should be getting $564 off, not $150 off. So that's why people are paying a lot of money for these when they don't need to be. So make sure that you check out the series that I did. It's pinned to the top of my profile. If you're on YouTube, go to my series, go to my Zepbound and Mounjaro coupon playlist, and I cover this all there. And they're quick videos. They're not long, drawn out, ridiculously hard to stick with videos. They're fast. And I want you to look at those videos, because those videos are going to be what sets you up for success with the Mounjaro savings card and the Zepbound savings card. I'm Pulov. I'm not losing weight. I think I'm going to chalk this last couple of weeks up to changing the drug. When I stepped back on Mounjaro to 5 milligrams from the 15, I gained 10 pounds really fast. But it came off really fast as I dosed up. So I think my body's just getting used to a new molecule and the Mounjaro leaving my system. So yeah, anyone with marketplace insurance have Zepbound coverage. I know that there are people who have. Hey, thank you for those who are following my channel. If you're here and you're new, make sure you follow the live creator up here in the top left corner. Would love to stay in touch with you. I do tons and tons of videos on all things GLP-1, not just Zepbound, but Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity. We talk about all of them as there is pertinent information. I'll try to help you stay on top of all the news. You switch from Mounjaro to Ozempic, and the food noise is much less. Interesting. Food noise has never been a real issue for me. Like, people describe food noise, and I understand what they're saying. I think for me, it's just the feeling of fullness that I get I couldn't even really compare it, because it's so, I can feel how much the food digestion is slowed down with Ozempic versus Mounjaro. But that said, more people tend to lose more weight with Mounjaro and Zepbound than they do with Ozempic and Wegovy. But that may change, because they're testing Wegovy at 7.4 milligrams. So that's 3 times the highest dose now, 7.2 milligrams, right? 7.2. Anyway, 3 times the highest dose. And I think that will get the weight loss up to around where Mounjaro and Zepbound are. But I think the side effects might be a little bit more intense for people. So that's probably why they started lower. Sorry, this chat's jumping. If I missed your chat, missed your comment, put it back in the chat. Hey, if you have any questions on YouTube or Facebook, if you're tuning in on Facebook, let me know that you're here by putting an N in the chat next to your name. I would love to welcome you by name. Hey, we've got a great Facebook group called Zepbound for Weight Loss. If you want to join that, Zepbound for Weight Loss. We've got BJ Davis in the house. BJ, long time no chat, brother. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Good to hear you. Dink Donk's here. Hey, how are you tonight, Dink? All the OGs are coming out for a Tuesday night live stream. Good to have you all here. Wait, are you saying Wegovy dose is going up? Yeah, I'm saying it's being tested right now. So, and actually, semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in Wegovy, is also available in a pill form. It's called Rybelsus. Rybelsus' highest dose right now is 14 milligrams. They've now got 50 milligrams that has been approved and will be hitting the market mid-year, and that will be weight loss rivaling Wegovy in a pill, a daily pill. You have Blue Cross Blue Shield Zepbound, awesome. And you're new, welcome Virtue. Hey, make sure you follow the live creator up in the left corner. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub. Let's keep this thing going. Hey, Dave, doctor's appointment tomorrow. Hopefully I will get my script for Zepbound. Awesome, Jimmy. Hope that all works for you. Facebook groups always be banning me. Do you always be ruffling feathers or what? Good to have you all here. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here. I have I love it. I have a Facebook group called Zepbound for Weight Loss. It's taken off here. Would love to have you over there if you want to check in there. Any new news on coupon for Mounjaro? Yeah, so this is a question that I get a lot. The Mounjaro savings card will be ending at the end of the month, and I would fully expect January 1st for there to be a new card. I think that it's going to be very difficult for you to get that savings card and benefit from it if you are not diabetic. I think they're going to try to push everybody to Zepbound who's taking Mounjaro for it now for weight loss. Aren't you on Ozempic? I am on Ozempic currently. I am. So are you saying, Mary, that I should be saying man on the Ozempic? I can't really change my handle. That's what people know me as. But for now, we'll just call it on the pen. I'm man on the pen. Doesn't matter what pen it is. Just give me all the GLPs. Do you think the fact that you've been spreading your dose out over the week has reduced your side effects as opposed to taking the full injection? I really do. Yeah. Because that first day that I take that 1 milligram, it's like, oh, I might not be feeling too good if I took 2, but I also want to see if it extends the feeling of fullness. We'll see how it goes. I like that I can play with the dosage. So is anyone here with Blue Cross Blue Shield getting Zepbound, Caremark? So there are plenty of people that are getting it. It just depends on your employer and what they've opted into. Hey, Visible, you like the new studio setup? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've been putting a lot of the live gifts that people give on the live streams, the super chats, the memberships, all those things. I've been putting them back into the channel. So we got this cool sign. For a while, I couldn't turn it on for the live stream, so I had to buy some window tint, put the window tint over it, and now I can have it on, and it's not so washed out. Yeah, so I need to mirror the video, Visible. I forget to do that when I get on TikTok. It doesn't do that on the other platforms, so I forget to do that, but I'll do that next time. $5.50 a month without insurance. If you don't have insurance cover, hey, thank you for the gifts, Gina. I appreciate that. All the gifts are always appreciated, but never expected. But it helps to do all this, so thank you. Can you do a partial dose with the Wegovy pen? No, the Wegovy pen is going to be an all or nothing pen. So does anyone use B12 along with injection? If so, how often? I take a multivitamin called PeptideVite. PeptideVite's got a special formulation for people taking a GLP-1. So if you go to zennutrition.com/Mounjaro man and use coupon code DAVIDK, that coupon code will actually get you 10% off. Gigi became a member over on YouTube. Thank you, Gigi, for becoming a member. Welcome to the team. Good to have you here. And I used to take the B12 injections too. I just didn't notice that it helped too much. You got diagnosed with type 2 yesterday, Ashley. Hey, praying your insurance approves Ozempic. I think they will, Ashley, and I hope you stick around. I'm type 2 diabetic as well. I was diagnosed in 2021. So welcome to the club. Triplet Dad. Hey, welcome, buddy. You're getting awfully close to surgery time, right? Took your last Mounjaro tonight until further notice. Yeah, are they making you quit for the surgery? I have weight loss coverage, but Zep not showing yet. Still can get it with an exception. Yeah, I'll go for that exception. Can you type that coupon info in, please? David K is the coupon code. David K. I don't know where I don't think I can type. So if somebody can type David K in the chat, coupon code David K, that's going to be zennutrients.com /Mounjaro man. And you're going to look for PeptideVite, and you're going to use code DAVIDK when you check out, and that'll get you 10% off. I take that every day. I don't know. Thank you, Mary. I don't know if that also maybe helped contribute to the lack of side effects or whether it's just the medication, but I've been on PeptideVite for like a month now. I'd always been looking for a supplement that was maybe specially formulated for the things that people need. The website. Yeah, Zen Nutrients, NUTRIENTS.com, zennutrients.com. Let's try this. zennutrients.com /Mounjaro man is where you can get that. Zen Nutrients. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into an infomercial, but I had been telling people about some products on Amazon that I had found that I've been using since I went on keto. There's just special things that your body needs when you start to lose weight. Sorry, that's really washed out on YouTube. The name of the Facebook group is Zepbound for Weight Loss. We've got about 2,200 people in there, so it'll be that one. But yeah, so that's what I've been using, PeptideVite. Are you still taking it for diabetes, or are you taking it to lose weight? Well, I'm taking it for diabetes primarily because I'm diabetic, but I'm hoping to lose weight. The clinical trials for both Ozempic Wegovy and Mounjaro Zepbound show that if you're diabetic, you lose a lot less weight than most people who are not. That is the fact. And that's been true for me. There are people who are diabetic who have lost piles of weight. I think of my buddy Chad Boney over here on YouTube. He's lost a ton of weight with GLP-1s, and he's been on like all of them. I think he saw the most success with Mounjaro. I think of Pug on Mounjaro. He's lost a whole pile of weight, but there are others of us who just have not. And that may be that I need to get a sleeve done to get to where I need to be, but TBD, right? That's why I'd like to have Dr. Rosen back on, because I'm considering that a little bit more seriously. Is the PeptideVite for men and women? Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's bisexual. It is not gender specific. I took metformin and failed on it. Metformin did unspeakable things to my insides. Unspeakable things. So, yeah. Tips from my provider include the baseline weight prior to starting GLP-1. Vicky's switching from Mounjaro to Zepbound. Awesome. Very cool. Hey, make sure that if you're just jumping in here and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you like this stream as well. That would be helpful. If you're on TikTok, make sure that you follow the live creator by clicking follow the live creator up there. Yeah, I've also started another plan. I'm not quite ready to tell you about it, but I'll be telling you about it in the next couple of days. I've started another plan that is more specifically focused on behaviors. I feel like I need a boost. I need accountability in that regard. Sometimes I feel like I think I'm doing better than maybe I am. So I'll be sharing about that in the next couple of days as well. So, yeah, can't wait to share that. In your circles, have you heard whether or not more insurance carriers are beginning to cover these drugs? Really fortunate to have full coverage and pay nothing. So many need coverage. Yeah. As time goes on, accessibility to GLP-1 is going to get better for several reasons, right? You got several options right now that are older, that are coming off patent. So you've got Saxenda and Victoza, which are liraglutide, and that is coming off patent. It is off patent, and it'll be available in a generic form in the middle of the year. That's going to help drive down prices. You already see that competition is driving down retail prices when they released Zepbound at $200, $300 cheaper than Wegovy. So these are good things. But yes, the manufacturers are working very hard to get adaptability on PBMs. They're working hard at basically paying them off. That's how that works. So it's a big bribery scheme for the middlemen that are the PBMs. That's why it's exciting to hear that New Jersey had a PBM reform bill pass the House. We all need to do the same. You see that this week, I think on Thursday, there's a hearing on Capitol Hill where they're gonna tackle these issues as well. How much Washington, D.C., who is completely in the pockets of big pharma, is actually going to do anything. I'm skeptical, but we'll see. Hey, Robin, how are you tonight? Good to hear from you. You met a woman at the nail salon that said she got Wegovy from Anthem Blue Cross HMO. Awesome. It's awesome. How are you tonight, Robin? Is this a shortage of Wegovy because people are just beginning to? No, the shortage of Wegovy is multifaceted. Obviously, it's a demand for the drug that's going to, put a kink in the supply chain. But I think you got to also be aware that they've had some real big struggles in manufacturing. So that's part of the deal too. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to some of these other comments. We got Sandra from over on Facebook. How are you tonight? I'm new. Ordered the peptide. The bottle was shattered and busted, and the full contents were not in the bag. Reached out to the company with no success. Sandra, send me an inbox on that. We will get you taken care of. Make sure you get taken care of. Reach out to me, and I'll make sure they get you taken care of. I don't know why. When did that happen? catching up with the chat here. Bear with me. The shortage is in the starter doses for Wegovy, and they're kind of indefinite. For Ozempic, the shortage is in the high dose, the 2 milligram, and that's through the end of the year. The Wegovys are kind of indefinite. It's a real mess over there. Oh, that's your new insurance. Oh, I got you, Robin. That's awesome. Good. I hope that you can get it. If Zep is not on the formulary, can a PA still be authorized? Could be. So, one of the things, user, that you can do is if you're on Mounjaro already or taking Zepbound, you can have your doctor write a continuation of care. If they feel like it is necessary for whatever issues you have, they can also write a formulary exemption. Those are kind of Hail Marys compared to, a prior authorization if you can get a prior authorization done. But Sue the Dude gifted a membership. How are you tonight, buddy? Good to have you here. Life is short. Good to have you here. Hey, I just want everybody to know we did a giveaway on the pen a couple weeks ago, and all that stuff went out this week. There's a couple people that never got back to me on their stuff, so I've got a couple things here, but I sent out a lot of things this week. So if you received something from me this week, let me know. Sandra, you received it Sunday. Okay. Well, Sandra, like I said, PM me and maybe screenshot your email that you sent to them so that I can give them some sort of frame of reference. That must have really got abused in the mail because they packaged that thing tight. Welcome, Jennifer. How are you tonight? Good to have you here. Is anyone having luck getting Ozempic if Wegovy is unavailable? Rob and I actually got the 2 milligram pretty easily. I just called, and granted, I had to wait a few days for my PA to come through, but once the PA came through, they had the medicine, so that was cool. Been on it for 3 years, never had an issue with it until it became a weight loss drug. Oh, finding it? Yeah, it was a brand new drug too, so. I'm Mounjaro since 4 months. It has changed your life. Yeah, there's many stories like that. That's amazing. Anna, how are you tonight? Good to be here. Good to have you here, I should say. Good to be here too. Yeah. Catching up with the chat. And it's so good to see some of these old names in here. So I don't always see everybody on Thursday night, so it's good to jump on every now and again. Hey, Julie just ordered, PeptideVite. So zennutrients.com/MounjaroMan. You can use code DAVIDK, DAVIDK, no space. And that will get you a little bit off. Gives a little bit of a kickback to me as well. As a creator that helps me do stuff like the studio here, which I put a ton of time and effort into recently, and monies. So thank you for the gifts, because the gifts are what make this thing happen. So thank you all for doing that. Did they switch you from Wegovy to Oz? No, I was on Mounjaro. Thank you for using the discount code. Awesome. What can I do once I reach my weight loss goal? I am in Dubai and Mounjaro is not on the insurance. So there's a few different options that you have for maintenance. If Mounjaro isn't covered and it's too expensive, you may look at maintenance with a non-GLP-1, like something like phentermine or topiramate, or phentermine and topiramate. You may look at something like Qsymia, which I think Qsymia is the combination of those two. Contrave. Towards the middle of the year, you'll have generic versions of liraglutide available, which will be a daily injectable. So there's going to be some options for you. But, for now, it's definitely a conversation with your doctor about how to do that most economically while maintaining the progress that you've made. What states have Zepbound? Pretty much all of them. I'm hard pressed to find a state where Zepbound for weight loss, my Facebook group, there's people from all over the country who have it by now. But if you can't get it at your pharmacy, just call around. One of the other things, you're welcome, Julie. One of the other things is if you travel for work, try getting it filled while you're traveling at a pharmacy out of town. That's always an option too. That's worked for some people. Is there a reason you changed from Mounjaro? I was stalled at the 15 milligram for 6 months. So I lost all my weight in the first couple of months on Mounjaro, and then it just kind of stopped. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I wanted to see if semaglutide maybe worked for me. So far, from the appetite suppression side, it works much better. The weight loss side hasn't done anything for me in the weight loss department, but I feel full. when I eat, so I feel full for longer. Hey, make sure you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. Hey, T, what's up? Terrence is over here on Facebook tonight. Good to have you here, buddy. Folly Beach is here. Good to have you here, Folly. Liz is here. Thank you all for being here tonight. You're on Mounjaro, 71 pounds down in 9 months. Need this vitamin. Yeah, I hope that it helps you. It is specially formulated, and it's specially formulated for those who are taking GLP-1s. That's why I like it. It's also natural, organic ingredients from the United States. It's put together by a team of doctors. So I really trust the source of it. Yeah. Make sure that you like Art Kirkwood and follow the live creator. If you're new here, follow my channel. This is a live stream, obviously, but I do tons and tons of content like this. The PeptideVites what is the price for peptides? Which peptides are you talking about? Are you talking about PeptideVite, the vitamin that I was talking about? I can expect to pay $40 for that. But if your question is about peptides, be more specific. Insurance covers Wegovy, but I can't find it. Hopefully insurance will approve Zep. I hope so too, Momo. Brittany, you're new here. Would love to hear your story and how you got to this point. Bites Peptides Prize. I'm going to say PeptideVite. Yeah, just go to zennutrients.com and check it out for yourself. I think it's about around $40 coupon code. So my story, Brittany, is I've struggled with being overweight my entire adult life. I have yo-yo diet on keto for the better part of my adult life. All this kind of going down 30 pounds and gaining 45, going down 30 pounds and gaining 45 led me to just a horrible mess metabolically. I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic in 2021. So I went out on a year of strict keto where I went from 319 pounds to 312 pounds. I lost 7 pounds in a year on strict keto. And while the keto diet did wonders for my blood glucose and my A1C, it did nothing for my weight. And so my doctor had me looking at bariatric surgery, which at the time was not covered. And so he said these GLP-1 medications, some of them are getting bariatric surgery level results, especially this new one called Mounjaro. So I went home, I studied everything I could about Mounjaro. In fact, I couldn't find enough content online about it, especially from the male perspective. So I started a YouTube channel in November of 2022, exactly 1 year after I got my diagnosis of diabetes. Within the first 3 months, I was down 30 pounds without really much effort at all. But then it stopped completely. And I was able to hold, but I have not been able to lose. And so 2 weeks ago, I switched and now been taking Ozempic. So Ozempic is basically just a different GLP-1 medication. It's semaglutide versus Mounjaro, which is tirzepatide. So this has been my journey, right? A year of this and now 2 weeks of this. The semaglutide seems to be a better fit for me. I still think I'll need more of it than is available. But I'm doing really good on Ozempic. The scale hasn't moved, but I'm eating much less. And when I eat, I'm eating less calories because I get so full so fast. And then I stay full for a long, long time. It definitely slows the gastric emptying for me a lot more than Mounjaro did, because Mounjaro didn't really do that for me. It helped me with my appetite for the first 2 days that I took it. But then for the rest of the week, it didn't matter. It was like I didn't have anything in my system. With semaglutide, it kind of, the suppression comes in waves. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that, but like the lack of hunger, just general satiation when I'm not eating comes in waves. Like all of a sudden I'll be like, wow, I feel really full and I didn't just eat anything. But when I do eat, I stay full for a really long time. So what is Lilly Direct? I see that it's a new website from Lilly. Yeah, so Eli Lilly is now connecting patients with doctors who will prescribe the medication. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about drug manufacturers getting into the care game, just like I don't like insurance companies being in between us and our medicine and our doctor. I don't like everything becoming ubiquitous. That scares me. Doctors and patients. Everybody ought to have a really good relationship with their doctor. and you too should be able to make. Thank you for the gifts, Betty. That is so kind and generous. I really appreciate that. That helps us to do this, like this whole deal here. But doctors and patients to be able to make their decisions outside of any outside influence. Do you think it'll help with Cigna and the savings card? I can't seem to get it to 550. So Cigna is one of those that in some areas participates in a discount program, and they're running that discount as a secondary insurance. And so I don't really know what to tell you if you have Cigna, because that secondary savings that's saving you like $50 is knocking your coupon savings down to 150 instead of the 564. So you can try to have your pharmacy run it without the insurance. You can make sure that they're not running any other discounts as a secondary insurance. They should be running your primary insurance, and then your secondary insurance should be the savings card. Outside of that, I don't know what to tell you. Healthcare in the U.S. is so expensive. We pay exorbitantly higher amounts of money for these medications, and it's our taxpayer dollars that are funding the research for a lot of these medications. It's not right, it's not fair, and it needs to be fixed. But I don't know how you fix it, because our government is in the pockets, or Big Pharma has a lot of the politicians in their pockets, which is frustrating. Dink's getting ready to move to Texas. There better not be a shortage on 12.5. We all know everything's big in Texas. Save some for Dink. That's awesome. Where are you moving from, Dink? My primary care doctor won't prescribe weight loss medication. Is that a common practice? I would say no, and I would say you probably need to find a new PCP, or get your care from an outside source, somebody who is an obesity medicine expert. Do you feel more tired the first day on Ozempic versus Mounjaro? I don't feel any side effects whatsoever with Ozempic. I really don't. That's not most people's story. Now, I don't know if it's just because of my body and my chemistry. I didn't respond super well to Mounjaro compared to other people. I have responded better to the Ozempic. I think that part of it is that I've been taking PeptideVite for 8 weeks now. So I don't know if that daily rhythm of taking the PeptideVite has helped. If you want to know more about PeptideVite, I already talked about it a little bit earlier, but if you go to zennutrients.com /Mounjaro man, use code DAVIDK. PeptideVite is a really good supplement that I like, and I think that's helped me maybe mitigate some side effects, but I think part of it could be just that semaglutide likes Dave better than it likes most people, because most people will experience more side effects on semaglutide versus tirzepatide, which is the Mounjaro and Zepbound. Los Angeles, yeah, I think you're going to like Texas. What helps with acid reflux on this? I always keep a steady supply of antacids in the form of smoothie Tums. Thank you all for liking the live. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for those who have followed the live creator. If you have not followed my channel, make sure you follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure that you follow me over here on TikTok by clicking the live creator follow button up there. On YouTube, hit subscribe down there. If you want to become a member and give back to the work that I do, you can do that becoming a subscriber over on TikTok. Hit that little star button down there. If you're on YouTube, you can become a member by clicking join. After this live stream, I'll make sure to put the quick link that I always put in the description. Those are quick ways to give back to the work that I do. Thank you for those who do that. Yeah. Marcia, is that Marcia or Marcia? I'm going to go with Marcia. She says that we're all unique and respond differently, and that is 100% true. Smoothie Tums are the new candy. For sure they are. For sure they are. I love those things. And the chewy ones those are even better. Those are the bougie Tums. Like $15 a bottle. Marcia. All right. Well, hey, I have really enjoyed this stream with you all tonight. My emotes are gone for subscribers. What? Where'd they go? I didn't delete them. I got to get them back. They're not gone on YouTube, are they? Sabrina is a member over on YouTube and on Facebook. She double dips. But yeah, it's a TikTok problem. Okay. Dang, TikTok. They should reimburse you for not being able to use your emotes. Yeah, thank you, user. Thanks for being here. Make sure you follow my channel so that this isn't the last time we see each other. Appreciate you contributing to the live stream tonight. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for being here. That's because I'm amazing. Oh, God bless you, Sabrina. That's so kind of you. Thanks for all you do and all the information, says Marcia. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all. It's pronounced Gila. Hey, I do a weekly show called On the Pen Live. It's on every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central. It's on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So make sure you're following me at any of those places, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. On the Pen Live is a weekly show about all things GLP-1, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, liraglutide, semaglutide, dulaglutide, tirzepatide, all the utides. So we talk about all of them. We talk about what's new in the world of GLP-1s for the week, maybe some of the fake news that's going on in the world of GLP-1s for the week. And then we usually have a special guest. This week's special guest, if you're tuning in over on YouTube tonight, this week's special guest is Chrissy G. Chrissy G is coming back on the pen to tell us about her awesome journey back onto Mounjaro. I'm so excited to hear from her. She's just such a bubbly and fun personality. So make sure that you tune in this Thursday night for Chrissy G. Then next week, we've got Brent Tuggle. So this guy right here, who is so kind to be a moderator on my Facebook group, which is Zep Bound for Weight Loss. Zep Bound for Weight Loss. And so he being a mod over there, and I got to know him through the Facebook men's group that I'm in, which is you can throw that in the chat there, Brent. It's like GLP-1 for weight loss men only or something like that. But that's how I got to know him, and then he's been watching my videos. So he's a wealth of information, just a really smart, analytical guy. And he just locks away the information better than about anybody I know. And so he's going to come on to share his wisdom next week. So that's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to have you all there. I hope to see you all there. Thank you for being here on the pen. Then Brent just did that, so I'll pin that there. So yeah, I want to make sure that y'all tune into On the Pen this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the best part of what I do here at Man on the Mounjaro. On the Pen, since I'm technically Man on the Ozempic. So thank you all. I really, really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for all your support. I hope you like the new studio. If you do, consider becoming a member of the channel for just $2.99 a month over on YouTube. You can become a member by clicking join over on TikTok. You can become a subscriber. That helps just cover the cost of this kind of stuff and some of the time that I put into the channel. But I won't beg you for it. I just will say thank you to those who have done it, because it makes all the difference in the world. So yeah, if you're interested, if you are a subscriber or a member, a paid subscriber or member, and you would like to be a moderator on the Facebook group, we could always use another set of eyes. We're always trying to keep the bad actors out, because there's always people that are trying to take advantage of people. I know, Dink, we'd love to have you on Thursday nights, but I know that it just can't be done for everyone. Maybe at some point I'll switch the nights up again, but it's good to have you here. Thank you for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. It's always good to see those names that have been around since the get-go. It was really fun to have BJ Davis in here tonight too, BJ. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the kind words, and we will catch you on the next stream. This will be Thursday night for On the Pen Live on Thursday night. Until then, we'll catch you later.